All right, we're here with Female Athlete of the Week, Eve Ettinger from Santa Barbara High Volleyball. Eve, congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about a third place finish in a really good tournament like Archbishop Mitty?
I thought we did really good this weekend, and we all came together and we played as a team, and I think we did well for us.
You know, you're primarily an offensive weapon, but you had double-digit digs in a lot of matches. What was working for you defensively?
I don't really know. I was just diving. Everything was making me excited, and the enthusiasm on the court was making everyone just go for everything.
With Male Athlete of the Week, Alex Pena, Dos Pueblos football. Alex, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk to me about the importance of getting that first win this week up at Hug Stadium.
Our first win was actually really big. Josh Barley definitely made an impact on our team. The first kick return set our fire, and basically, yeah.
What made it happen for you the other night? 2 interceptions and a fumble. You ran out a bunch of tackles. Was it hypervision, or what was going on?
I don't know. I just did my assignment. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and read it.
Athlete of the month is Melissa Goldbrough with floor hockey. Melissa, this is what your coach said about you, okay? She was nominated unanimously by her coaches for her dedication to her team. She arrives on time, usually early to practice, has taken the athlete coach role seriously through leading stretches, providing feedback to her peers, and demonstrating good technique. In addition, she is open to feedback from her coaches in order to improve her upon her own skills. They are optimistic that she can keep up with the performance, improve even more throughout the season. In addition, she has a caring attitude off the court. She stays on extra 2 hours every practice and volunteers to help the lower level team during their practices.
I'm the athletic director of Providence Hall, and this is our 4th year as a school and the 1st year in the CIF. And for those who don't know, we're the first school in this community in over 40-something years to join the CIF, so we're definitely the new kid on the block. And we're just thrilled to be here. I've been an AD in Texas and North Carolina, and there's nothing like this. And it really is a privilege to be part of this round table.
This year, our team has grown huge this year. We went from 60 last year to 92 this year, and I've got 92 kids out there that love to run, which is fantastic. So it's great problems as a coach to kind of corral all those kids together and keep them focused and going, but it's a problem I love having.
Better news this week, we were 0-2 going into the Cabrillo game. We went up there really not sure what to expect from Cabrillo. We saw them on film, they looked pretty good. And we went up there and we just had a good night. Things went our way. We still had a few things on offense we need to brush up on, a fumble here and there, excuse me. But overall, pretty neat, good performance and a good feeling because, yeah, it would be tough if we didn't get through that game, and it was good.
Saturday night, we were down 35-0 in the 3rd quarter. And for those of you who coach football, that's a time when some teams with lesser character would give up. And well, our guys didn't, but our guys came back. We scored 34 points in the 2nd half, and I was very, very proud of them, and I told them that after the game. I don't personally like to use the word stud very often because stud in football to me is not just somebody who can tackle or throw or catch. A stud is somebody who gives you no problems. A stud is a guy who's a leader. A stud is a guy who's a great student, and we've got 2 of them, and they just happen to both be from San Marcos High School. And one of them, Sam Shipley, is not here tonight. He had 18 tackles Saturday night. His wife is about to give birth, and he's in the hospital right now with her. Couldn't be here right now. He's a stud. And this young man right here that I brought with me is another stud without any kind of reservations from me. He had 12 tackles, I believe it was, Saturday night. He punted for 42.5 yard average, and he's a stud. And I'm lucky. I feel very fortunate to have him on our team. That's a freshman linebacker, Manny Hernandez.
He isn't here today, and it's because her boss is a slave driver. And I know this really well because my wife is actually her boss. So I'll talk to Amy about letting her out on lunch so she can kind of get here, and we'll get her over here. We got some really, really good kids. We have but I think we only lost 3 girls last year. So we got a veteran team, and we're really, really excited.
We have 10 freshmen on the team, and people look at me like I'm nuts when I tell them that. My brother's a college volleyball coach for 25 years. He just shook his head. We also have 2 other girls who have joined the team. So out of the 16 girls, we have 4 returners. So it's kind of fun when you have 4 freshmen, a sophomore setter, and a senior on the court starting, and you're in the top 25 in the country and competing against some of the very, very best teams in the country.
We went against Lompoc, pretty quick team. We made a lot of big mistakes early in the ball game. Went through 4 quarters of mistakes, and it showed on the score. And hopefully we can put a ball game together against Rio Mesa. That's going to be our next contest.
Beverly Hills last week, and there was some really good news and some really bad news. The really good news was before the game we saw that their All-American 275-pound defensive end wasn't going to play. Bad news was they didn't need him. So we were in the game until about a minute 20 to go in the third quarter. They got 2 touchdowns and a safety in the last minute 20 and then put the game away from us. This week we're going on the road. We're going to play at Wainimi. Wainimi's struggling as we are, so we're hoping that the change of venue and this opponent will give us a chance to get the first win. Thank you.
Tournament. We played some strong competition, and we finished up 3-1. We defeated a team, Annalee from Northern California, another team from Stockton, St. Mary's. Really good team with a solid outside hitter who's going to UCLA. We were able to beat them in 4, and then we lost to probably one of the best teams in the state, La Jolla Country Day, a team that's very strong, senior laden. And then we ended up beating Redondo in the 3rd place match. And it was a great tournament for us. We played exceptionally well.
Looking back, we had a Katy Perry concert. We then played Oxnard, and then we headed up to Midi. As John alluded, there were 16 very good teams up there. We went in as the 9th seed. We played the 8th seed right off the bat, and just came out on fire and took them down in 3. And then we went and played the La Jolla Country Day as our 2nd match, which was the 1 seed. So, came out on fire. We lost 23-25 in game 1. We lost 24-26 in game 2. We won game 3 by 2 points, and then we lost game 4 by, I think, 6. So we were right there in every game. And then we went home that night, and we had St. Mary's the next morning, a very solid team again, seeded 5th or 6th, I can't remember, but ahead of us. And the girls could have come out and just been crushed by losing to Country Day and being right there. And we ended up beating them in 5, and then we played the host of the tournament, Midi, and lost 13-15 in game 5. So there was not a match that we were not in, and pretty much not a game that we were not competing in out of the 4 matches we were there. So I couldn't be more excited and more proud of our weekend, basically.
We got our first win against Mission Prep up in San Luis on Friday. We could have played better, but we got the win, so we'll leave it at that.
We know that there's some great competition in the Channel League, and obviously we're the team to beat. It's really hard for me to believe that I have 5 seniors on my team this year, because just 4 years ago they were 5 freshmen. So it's pretty amazing to see how far they've come, and like Coach Gannon was saying, it's all about the journey rather than the destination. So we definitely want a repeat of last year, but again, we know how talented the Channel League is. The boys made their debut 2 weeks ago at the Don Bosco Tech Invitational, only to win the entire thing and set a new course record. So I don't know if we'll be invited back, but they did a great job there. And I'd like to highlight the efforts of my assistant coach, Len Miller, and he's really taken charge of the boys team and getting them where they are right now. He's definitely the driving force behind their success.
Last week we picked up our first win up at Napomo. We played better, and we played a lot more like we had expected to play in the first week. We had a lot better energy, which is what we've been trying to work on and really up our tempo in practice and things, and that sort of showed up finally. The good thing is we came away with a nice win, and there's still lots of stuff to improve on. So we've got some good things that we can go to work on. Again, one of the things that we've been trying to work on is taking the next step, taking what we do well and make it better, and then correct those things that need correcting and get after it. And I think our guys, attitude-wise, are ready to do that.